Hey, welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid, roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and we see how they play out as karmic themes. This will allow you to see why everything is playing out the way that it is. Give you an opportunity to see how you are contributing to the undesirable life experiences and how you can shape shift your reality. And that doesn't all the time mean that you get what you want. A lot of times it just means that you can avoid the karmic retribution, the negative karmic retribution, which happens when you are connected to a karmic mate. We don't know that we're dealing with a karmic mate because, again, the first time that you meet somebody, there's usually a connection, and then that connection, can be confused as a soulmate, as a twin flame, as your divine counterpart, when really it's really not. So, like I said, you'll always be able to discern. And that's that, like the readings are more about healing so that you can attract different in your life. Because again, most of the time that we're attracted to someone, we're attracted to people that we're dealing with their shadows. We're dealing with a bunch of illusions. And really what that is it takes us further away from ourselves. Because you're not dealing with a person, you're dealing with the persona of that person. And that's the issue. It's like when you feed it and you want them to change and you're, trying to work with this person and really cater to them, that's when you're getting the most uh disrespect. That's when you're usually getting instead of the person surrendering, and a lot of times it triggers a person. You can't make a person treat you better. You can treat yourself better, and that changes the dynamic of the connection. And that's just an example, obviously, but we're going to see actually what's happening in your situation. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. And that's important because, like I said, when we're dealing with karmics, like we're dealing with people that wear masks, they create facades. We're not dealing with like who we think that we're dealing with. We just, are getting confused and caught up in their actions to really uh, discern what this person is all about a lot of times. So again, attachment. I believe that this person only knows like codependent relationships. It's again, I feel like, unfortunately, it's like this person is only used to being in very codependent relationships where they form attachments, but they hate that type of relationship. So it's like a catch 22. They want love and they want to be like to have somebody in their life, like a companion, but they always wind up in relationships that are extremely codependent, where they form attachments, where they feel like they lose themselves. And then what happens is that this person winds up cheating. They wind up living like a double life. And so it's again, there's a sense that they really have feelings for you, but the way that they were going about this situation is like how they go about all their relationships, which again is to form an attachment. So they come on really strong, they love bomb, they, become that chameleon, become everything that that person wants them to become. They lose themselves in the connection, and then they, become who they really are, which again, this double life where this person then lives by their addictions because they don't have enough time to really create themselves. If they've pretended that they're someone and they're in a relationship living a life that they don't want to live, there's only so much time. So then what happens is they are able to be in a type of relationship that's they're here for a good time, not a long time. again, and they're able to create the facade. And I feel like you met this person like when they were attached to somebody else, but they pretended that they weren't. So again, they live very like they're very fragmented. There's someone that has intimacy issues, they have problems in their relationship, and it's because they're never happy. They don't, once they get the relationship, they don't want the relationship anymore. Relationships are something that happen over time. You know, you have to build that emotional rapport with someone in order to really form an attachment. This person has a lot of trauma around relationships where they, again, they love bomb, they lose themselves in the connection. So again, this is why they form attachments. I feel like you're someone that doesn't form attachments. And in the beginning, this triggered this person because it was almost like, you're in a relationship. I feel like you met this person when you were in a relationship too. And so, but your life was different, meaning like, it's like you might have been going on a plane without your husband or wife. You might have again been somebody that had friends in other places, that worked in other places. You're very independent. And being that you're very independent, this person began to see that that life that you live is very attractive, that they could actually be in a relationship with you. And so it was very eye-opening. It's almost like they never met a person that was so self-sufficient. They only, grew up in environments where there was real codependent relationships, and they've only been in codependent relationships where they feel like that's the only thing that's really out there, where it's not the only thing that's out there. Is that this person is never like, I feel like they grew up in a small town, or they grew up in a town and that was maybe they were very religious or whatever it is, that it was very sheltered. So that's what they see. It's almost like very old fashioned and old school, and that they, had to play this part. And the problem is playing their part before they created themselves. Then what happens is, of course, they're going to like form an attachment because they don't really know who they are. They're trying to find themselves through other people. See, they again don't feel like they fit in anywhere. They always feel like they're like, again, out of tune, right? In their own world. So they tend to portray like almost like a rebel without a cause, right? That they, don't really believe that they can be in a relationship for long periods of time because they lose interest. It's like, I don't know why I lose interest the moment that the relationship becomes real. Then this person doesn't have feelings anymore. And the reason why is because they go into the relationship and they focus is all about on the physical, not the emotional. And then what happens is they try and build the emotional after they've gotten the physical, and they played fantasy and they created the facade. So of course intimacy is a fear because they have trust issues, but they're the ones that you really can't trust. And that's again because they don't really know who they are. They feel inadequate. And they would feel inadequate if every single relationship all of a sudden they get bored in, and those relationships don't last. They seem to not stay in their life. It's because you have to feed a relationship. You have to nurture it. It's like, but the thing is, it's almost like eating your favorite food and eating so much of it to the point that you're like, oh, I can't eat it anymore. That's what an attachment is. It's like love bomb, become that person, be that person, and then they don't want it anymore because no one's supposed to meld to somebody else's life. And over time, the person that they're with just assumes that they want to do things that they don't really want to do over time. But then they don't have the balls or the courage to say, hey, I don't want to do this. But they've already trained you to like do everything with you. even though they didn't really want to do that. They were insecure in the relationship. They went into the relationship insecure. That's when people form attachments. So this person emotionally doesn't know how to take care of themselves. They need someone there. But again, over time, then what you have is an attachment is a relationship without passion. It's a relationship that actually is very draining. It's again very draining. And it's because again, there's a sense of pressure, right? It's again when you're in that type of a detachment, it's I'm expected to act a certain way. I'm expected to again, so the person's not happy. They feel like they don't have one. Meanwhile, they never set boundaries. They never had any type of identity. So they were again lost in the people that they're always with. So they go from really passionate to like detached and disassociated, which creates intimacy problems, which makes this person not trust themselves. So they don't trust anybody. And so again, there's always like this sense again when they're in a relationship that they tend to escape because again, no one wants to be in a relationship where they're pressured to be a certain way or do to do. So the person loses the passion. Now, they wouldn't have lost the passion if they would have taken the time and nurtured the relationship gradually over time. But that takes confidence. This person comes right on in and like places things like it's forever. And like meaning like again gonna come in there and become everything you want them to become, and that's all the focus, and then all of a sudden turns it off one day. So it's tiresome to do that. And then it's tiresome also that you also don't know what you're dealing with. It makes you tired. And then in the end, they're not really, with anyone. They feel like they have to be alone, and you're alone because this person didn't like never really took care of your emotional needs, right? Because that's time, because they're fragmented. You always felt like there was an exit plan or that they were trying to manipulate, and that really the relationship, they just made it very difficult and you didn't really want to be in that type of relationship. It's like they're not comfortable. Again, then they're going to play games. For them in the beginning, it's going to, again, try and like tug on your heartstrings. Again, playing games, there's all different types of games to try to manipulate you, to get you to give them. Again, because they know that you have a connection to them. They know you're a good person. They know you want to be a helpful person. So again, they want their place in your life, but again, if a person's not emotionally giving to you, and I'm not talking again the physicality, I'm talking about the taking the time and showing up for you. Well, it's again, then of course your needs are not going to be met. Of course, you're going to feel like, why is this relationship so hard? It's because you feel like you're alone, but with a person. That's why. A person that's actually draining you of your energy because that's what an attachment is. It's like when, meanwhile, this person has drained everything, there's always a sense that you're gonna leave. Like, so are you really here for me or are you here for what I can do for you? Even if it's to give you emotional support, I'm not getting what I need. So again, and that's really what an attachment is. It's like if you notice attachment, the person's not really genuine about, you know, creating an emotional connection. They will come in and they will try and create a physical connection and act as if that is an emotional connection where really it's like it feels like an empty connection. And it's because they're too afraid to like get close. right? If a person is always making the relationship hard, there's a sense that they're always getting in their own way. And so what happens is like you feel like you're not being heard, that you're, not being valued. And it hurt. It's like you're like, I don't understand what you're trying to do. Well, this person's trying to manipulate everything because again of their own insecurities, really. And then when you would say something to them, you felt like your feelings and your thoughts were being judged. Like it was like they tried to make you feel bad. They gaslighted you, acting like what you were asking for was too much. Now, if you were someone that wasn't healed, you would you would again feel bad. And I feel like this person really thought that you were going to feel bad. And again, and then become subservient is what I feel like, because that's what it is. They were judging your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. They were. That's why they were kind of gaslighting you by ignoring you. It's like, I don't like that you're challenging me. It's like when meanwhile you're like, you don't even give me the time. You have time for everything else, including your hobby. It's like everything comes before me. It's again that you're too busy. Like almost like you're always trying to tell me that I'm not important. And the relationship really shouldn't be this hard. You make it hard. If anything, it's like you coming in and out of my life triggers my abandonment issues. It's like where you're like, again, I feel alone in the connection. And then when I question you, you get self-righteous on me again, and then you get angry. It's like, and then I feel bad because the relationship is difficult and I couldn't take it anymore. And so it's like I could feel like you just couldn't take it anymore. I want to see again, go deeper within this person because what we see here is just a power struggle. But a power struggle because this person's really, like I said, afraid of a real intimate relationship. I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true, and I pull away in fear. So again, they are bringing in all their past traumas into this relationship, projecting, right? We see what we look for, and that's what this person again is. It's like almost thinking that you were going to be more insecure than you actually are. And possibly just because you gave this person time. It's again almost where I feel like they thought that you were a little naive because you gave this person time. It's like they knew that they weren't giving you enough. It's again, surrender brings us together faster than resistance. So they know that they're resisting this connection. And they also know that they would have to surrender part of themselves to again bring to for this relationship to go. Understand what happened is that when we live in survival and gone through bad experiences, we protect our heart. We don't surrender. And so again, this person I feel has abandonment issues also. So they do, because again, but they're the ones that create a lot of the trauma. They project a lot. And it's again by being fragmented. Fragmented is again like keeping you for their emotional pleasures, right? For their physical pleasures, but not letting you in anywhere else. And keeping you in a place of disempowerment because emotionally not feeding you. And so it's again, it's very cruel. It's very cruel. And I just feel like it's like they need to clear the illusion of the 3D world. Don't take everything at face value. There's a lot more going on spiritually and energetically than they can see. So, and for you, so I feel like you not reacting to this person is actually affecting this person, because I feel like there's a part of them that knows that if they're going to be in your, if they're going to be with you, they have to change. I feel like this person, is thinking about changing. I just feel like they get in their own way, and a lot they would have to change from their past, how they acted previously. They made a mess out of this connection, and mainly because of, like I said, the game's playing. Like, again, you have abandonment issues. This person, you know, sees that and is seeing that you're like not playing it out the way that they thought. They feel they feel like you're still emotionally and energetically connected to them, though. That soul connection is still there. So, but the thing is that this person has a lot of wounds that they have in childhood. Okay, so their inner child really needs to come first. They need to heal their inner child, and it's because they have abandonment issues themselves. So they're fragmented. So the way that they're always going to be in a relationship is to play games, and part of playing games is that your needs are never going to be met, because they're going to not really give you enough time. You're going to feel a little bit ignored and undervalued, and it's going to trigger your abandonment issues, because that's what it is. You say something, they again judge you. So again, here we see it again, that you're alone. Every time you say something to this person, they make it difficult. It doesn't need to be difficult. It's again, the relationship is draining you. And it's draining you because, again, this person needs to heal their past relationships of where they overgave and lost too much, and where they like to create the attachment, because that's really what it is, that this person creates attachments because they need to heal their inner child. So it's not that they don't have love and this isn't a soul's connection. They feel it. It's not that they don't. It's like, and that's helping them clear the illusion of the 3D world, like what you're seeing too. It's like it's helping you realize that things are happening internally for this person. It's again because they did not feel any guilt or remorse. They didn't. If anything, they get self-righteous because they project. They get angry. Again, the mask, you're pulling the mask off. So again, this person, when it really comes down to it, is just they feel really inadequate. So they hide behind, people, situations, experiences to give you less, where really they're like, I don't want to sabotage this connection because I've never had a connection this good. That's number one. Number two, it's like, if you see who I am, you probably won't like me anymore, because they have abandonment issues. And it's again, we see a lot of their own baggage. So it doesn't really matter why they do what they do. However, when you are able to see things from a different perception, you're able to not take things personally. And you can understand, say, okay, well, are they going to do anything? Even though, like I said, what it is that you've detached from this person. It's like they can still feel your energy around them. So you're not talking to them, you're mad, but there's an essence of, I think I could still kind of work it out, because energetically you're still connected to this person. Now, that might not be true. Again, this person has a kind of like a big ego. And part of that is, again, you gave this person time when and kind of showed them how much you cared. It's not what you said, it's what the fact that you were always there, always available. So understand, it's feel like you want justice, okay? Like there's a sense that you need it to be fair. It's like if this person comes in, they know that they have to be fair. They have to be balanced. And so there's a sense that I feel like they're weighing it out. It's like you want to know what they're doing. It's like there's a part of them that's like, I know if I'm gonna be with you, I need to again be true. I need to be fair. It's like I need to fix also what I did. So that which is good. They're not just like, oh, I'm gonna come back. And so understand this person, like I feel like they do want to make amends, right? They do want to fix it, but they also know that they have to fix the karma. And part of them is also like, again, like surrendering their ego. This person has a big ego. Um, they have pride. They didn't treat you well, but they feel like you have like I feel like not just history, but the timeless connection, okay? That it's like I feel as if I know you. I feel as if you're almost a part of me. When I see architect, for whatever reason, I keep feeling like this person is like, I feel like you're a part of me. That yes, they're prideful but there's also a sense of this timeless love. This timeless, which is different, it's unique, it's making this person think. I think if it was an ordinary relationship, they wouldn't give a shit. Trust me. It's like they've been like navigating their life this way long before you came into their life. And so again, I feel like it's because of who you are. There's a sense of you like, or there's like some of you are healers, I feel like. You command that presence like within them. There's a sense that this person, um, they need the discipline to be consistent within your life, but really within their own life. That's really what it is. So there's a sense of I feel like this person says that they know that they have pride, they have a big ego, but the timeless connection and the fact that, like again, I get this sense that you're a teacher, you're a healer, you're someone that this person is going to learn, okay? And they're going to learn really how to go with the flow, right? I feel like they're going to discipline themselves to like take care of themselves. I feel like you're a spiritual teacher that you again are going to teach this person. Like I feel like through the way that you are. I don't feel like by you telling this person, I feel like, yes, sometimes a little advice, but it's more how you live that impacts this person's life, if that makes sense. And because of that, they almost feel very safe with you. They feel like, again, that they have a timeless connection with you. So they feel safe with you. And it's the way that you hold yourself, and it's the way that your life looks, and that this person knows that they need healing. Part of their bad relationships is a sign of the lack of discipline within their life. Relationships are work. You have to show up. You have to be consistent. This person like likes you, and they would have been with you if this would have been easy. You didn't make this easy because that's not who you are. It's again, and so they like who you are, but they also like don't like the fact that they have to work for it. So again, they were almost like they had to take time out to think about it. It's like where they really had to think about how they were treating you to really to see where I feel like this person did not have any like self-actualization, okay? Where they took the time out because they were overthinking about it. So even though you didn't see them, you're not seeing them do anything, I feel like during this time, this person has an awakening of how they're treating you, and they're treating you kind of like shit, okay? And that, that it was a real one-sided relationship, and though they like this type of relationship, they also are afraid of this type of relationship because it means they have to step into the higher self, and that's a challenge. It brings up all their wounds. It brings up again why they get into these type of relationships that are codependent, that they don't like, and then it makes them feel like they can't be loved and makes them get bored with love. It's like this event, like I feel like this person, if you're thinking about are they going to do something, I feel like they're going to do something very soon if they haven't done it already. So it's again that because it's again your separation from them is making them feel very uncomfortable, literally right now as we speak. Right now, as we speak, I feel like they're trying to figure out like a way to come back, to find their balance. Okay, to alleviate their suffering means they have to come back because there is a connection uh, to to you. Their intuition tells them that. They again see it clearly. They definitely like again where I feel like this person is not normally psychic or intuitive or but there's an inner knowing. They just know that you're supposed to be with them, and it's again and there's a sense of them almost believing that this connection can actually work out. It's like because they feel like I didn't try, I didn't give you, I didn't do anything to like grow this connection. I realize that. It's like, but I feel like this person is like, I feel like I can get it back to a place because I still feel your energy around me. It's like I said, I feel like this person is a little cocky. And so again, um, they want to give equal give and take, but it's that they do have abandonment issues. So they're this relationship is making them change, is making them um want to change. Again, like, and so they're gonna come in, and when they come in, they're gonna come in quick and gonna come in very passionately. It's almost like they're taking a wish on a star, right? It's like because they know that they do know that if you were to reject them, they deserve that. They do know that. However, I feel as if they're like, well, you gave a lot of energy to this connection. I still feel your energy around me. Um, I feel like this is a different type of connection, and I want to fix the connection. It's again because there's unconditional love, like an uncommon bond that they've never had before. And so again, that's that timeless love. Okay. So even though you will not accept the attachment, this person is like walked away. I feel like they were like, nah, I can replace you. And then what happened is they were like, I really can't replace you. So understand in order for them to come back really into your life, they're going to have to fix all the unresolved issues between you and them, that they're going to have to do like some healing, take responsibility for all the baggage, again, that have distorted like who they are. They need to do shadow work. They need to do healing. They need to they need to take responsibility for all the codependent relationships that there's a part of them that fear separation when they get into a relationship because they're not confident within themselves that they do it themselves, that it's again that there's a long journey of healing before them. So if they just think that unconditional love is going to fix this 100%, you know what, it's like they know that it's not. So I feel like this person wants you to be patient with them, which is asking for a lot. It's asking for everything that they wouldn't do for you, but they feel again like they just feel like that you'll do it. They feel like that you'll do it because again of who you are. I feel like there's you're first of all, they admire you. And so there is so much admiration. They kind of put you on a pedestal. They think that you're, you know, the greatest thing. So they went from one perception to completely another, which is not uncommon because they see you almost like a rescuer, a healer. And I say that because of again who you are. But it's like again that it means a lot. But they also feel like you would just, it's like the end of an era. They either have to change and do something within this connection, or it's going to be over forever. And I feel that again, curtain call, right? It's like the end. It's like, and I feel like this person sees that you're just going to go on with your life. And, and have prosperity. Again, I feel like you're going to do very well. And this person just feels very like powerless now and like they're ready to be vulnerable and they just see that you're a great catch and again they just there's a lot of different reasons why, but this person like is wants to hook you before you get away. And it's again because they just feel like you're gonna go in a different direction. It's again like a new direction because they haven't given you anything. So they were waiting for the perfect timing to come in and to, again, give you an offer that you can't refuse is what I feel. And it's mainly because again, they see that you're not going towards them, that you're not being subservient. So it wasn't that they never had feelings for you, they just wanted it their way. And now it's almost like they've had a change of heart. They've looked at their behavior and they see that that's really like kind of unfair that they would actually treat you that way. And I think that they look at you now with respect. And that is, again, another reason why this person is like, well, normally people give in to me and I get what I want and then I don't want it. You made this person think about you. You made them, again, look at you for more than just the beauty. And like, it's not like they just surrendered. They put in a lot of thought and time. And it took a lot for them to come back and even surrender their ego and apologize. But again, what do relationships do? Relationships teach us. And this person believes in the impossible because it's like, I don't think that they believe that they could be loved or have love. And the fact that, oh, it's like, I still feel your energy around me. This means something. It's like, and I don't want to actually lose it even though I did everything in my power to destroy the connection, which again, that's because they were coming from their past. So you have to say, okay, so why did I attract this person? What am I supposed to learn from this person? And we're going to pull 6. Shame, card number 1, shame. I don't know why the person's upside down in this, but it's like, again, shame. And then innocence. And I said, I felt like that your person thought that you were naive. Um, Friendship, but I hate this card of friendship because I don't really feel like this kid really is a friend. I feel like it's like more like a friend to me. And then optimism, which again is obviously to think positively. but again, in the wrong circumstance, that could be bad. And that tends to go hand in hand with the innocence and having a friend of me that, you thought was like in your life for your best interest, had your best interest at heart, but it really didn't. Again, and if anything, they made you feel unworthy. So it was like a one-sided relationship. So this could be a family member, a friend, someone that came into your life that again made you feel like not worthy. And that's what this person did. They made you feel not worthy and feel like tend to be very optimistic when it comes to the people that come into your life, but to a fault. Spirit says you tend to wear rose-colored glasses. It's again where you're a little naive and people take advantage. So you don't have really friends. You have frenemies that actually create problems in your life. Again, they keep you in a place of like shame, but really it's again the people that are coming into your life have that wound. You're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. This is the energy, shame. And it's shame not because you do anything, but because again, you're too optimistic with people. Like again, you think the best, you're too innocent. And again, when really they don't have your best interest at hand. And so it creates a lot of frustration. You have trust issues. And so again, and it's person makes you feel unworthy. And I feel like that when you get around certain people, if you're too nice and you're too trusting and you're too giving, well, people don't like what they don't work for. I mean, it's not that they don't like it, they don't value it, they don't respect it. So love without respect isn't good. You never want love without respect. You always want love with respect. So what Spirit is saying is, well, it's about integrating shame. And you have to do that by first and foremost, not being so naive. And whenever someone makes you feel unworthy, it says more about them. But it's to pay attention to a person's behaviors. I mean, like a frenemy, you can tell who's real and who's not. You can tell who is genuine, whether that's family, friend, anyone that's close in your life. You have to pay attention to how you feel. So no one should be able to make you feel anyway, especially in a lower energy of shame. But understand if someone makes you feel unworthy, a lot of times it triggers us to do things that bring shame to us. So again, this person thought, well, you'll feel, bad. I'll give you less. I'll create the attachment, and then I'll get what I want, and then I'll leave you in a place where really you'd feel shameful. You'd feel victimized. Would feel betrayed. Where again, this person would make you feel unworthy. So that's why Spirit's saying it's about it brought up a lot of things from your own childhood, where when you have friends that betray you, a family member that betrays you, that's a trauma that will play out in your life, not because you're bad, but because you didn't learn how to handle it. So again, psychological trauma is, I had someone that was supposed to love me, that was supposed to be my friend, betray me, again, hurt me, and now we're not friends anymore. If anything, they act as if I'm the problem. Now I have shame, where really Spirit's saying, yeah, so what do you do about that? It's like, well, I didn't do anything. What could I do? It's already a situation that happened. And Spirit says, so you didn't integrate the spiritual lesson. So now you're always going to be afraid that someone's going to do that. So let me bring someone into your life that actually is going to do that. But what we saw here is that you handled it differently. You didn't sit here and take it. You were like, I'm not going to stick around to be in a connection with someone that makes me feel unworthy. I have nothing to be shameful about. Yes, I was innocent and I was nice to you. But the moment that I got frustrated, it's like, again, that's when my optimism went out the door. And I really, again, don't want to be friends with you. And again, friendship, so you can have one foot in, one foot out, so you come in and out. It's not a friendship. It's a friendship with benefits. It's a frenemy. That's what it is, because you don't really have my best interest at heart. If anything, you're going to try and bring up shame, but I've already learned that lesson, which again is why this person is like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I don't really like the way that this ended. Let me really take a look at this connection now. Well, I actually do have feelings for you. I just wanted things my way, but has the damage been done? Let's ask. In this story, I know the damage would be done for me, but again, for the person in the story, is the damage done? Can this person resolve it? Again, you're going to evaluate, you're going to assess, you're going to review, you're going to analyze. So again, you're going to really examine this person. It's like you're going to I feel like you're going to be a little bit paranoid and really have this person underneath a microscope, where they may think that they need to just come back and do a little bit of whatever. They're going to need to do a lot of work. And I feel like it's because they're going to be under scrutiny, because you're going to be like, oh no, I don't really 100% trust you. So you have to gain my trust. And you already screwed me over. So I'm going to be kind of like really paying attention to you. Again, where it's like, if you're not fair, where it's not equal, if it's not equal, well, I feel like you're gonna be like, that's what it's about. This person tends to not like to give equal give and take reciprocity. Um, and what you're gonna feel like, it's again, and they have to fix it because they destroyed the connection. You were disappointed on how they treated you, again, with not giving equal give and take. It's like, so there's a part of you that doesn't trust. And again, what you want to see is, can this person be a partner for you? Can they be a partner? Can they, where it's balanced with harmony? And you know that the only thing is that will this person like be able to do it? You're concerned. And I feel like it's going to take some time, that it's going to be a gradual process. And that means that you can't give everything to this person. It's almost like a child. You have to give this person a little bit. The same as how you walked away and you got more. It's to really have boundaries up. It's to be busy. It's to be on guard. And this person's not going to like it, because what they're used to, again, is attachment. But healing doesn't feel good, and they have no control over love. So they're going to get frustrated. So it doesn't matter that they're going to get frustrated. It's going to be a gradual process over 3 to 6 months. They will get less grouchy. They will become acceptant to it, because even though that they want a relationship like the relationship that you had when you were in your previous relationship, and how independent you are, and do that, they've never been in a relationship like that. And that means that they're going to lose all the little perks that come with being in an attachment codependent relationship, which means that this person has to grow up. They have to do their own, shit work. You don't have a gopher, you don't have a chauffeur, you don't have like someone when you're lonely. You don't have, it's like, no, it's that you are a grown up and you're not using other people. It means that you're ready to step into a give and take type of relationship. And it's like this person knows that, and they also are ready to do it. And the reason why is because, again, it's opening up their heart. There's a lot of, again, like the heart chakra. There's love. There's mature love. It's, again, there's healing. What we see is, again, this soul restoration because of the strong relationship. So again, you grew up in an environment where your heart You had closed your heart. And that's because, again, you were taught not to trust. Again, people saw you as naive. So you were hurt. So this is about you standing your ground and watching this person change. Because again, unconditional love makes a person change. This person did try to get away with all that. You're going to make them fix it. And so that's really all that you can do. And it's almost like I feel like Gemini, you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to cut my nose off to spite my face. Yeah, the person did all that, but if they're willing to fix it, then I'll let them do it. But I am going to make them fix it, and I am going to be watching it very, very closely because I don't trust them 100%. They have to regain my trust after how they treated me, and they know that. So spirit leaves us off with creation. I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer world by turning every thought into affirmation, action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. So I feel like this is still about you creating yourself, not forming any attachments, and directing your life, regardless of who's in your life. So I feel like you were brought up with people that were difficult. You might have had a friend that was difficult. Again, someone that you loved that didn't reflect that back to you. And so Spirit's saying it's about you being strong within yourself and not this person came into your life to help you transform and improve certain things that needed to be healed due to those experiences. Again, those experiences of shame, of again feeling unworthy, where really Spirit's saying you're always worthy. Create, give and receive of love, connect to different people. You're not here by mistake, you're here by my design. And whatever you create makes you a part of the whole and makes you again not codependent, makes you again strong within yourself. And you're going to need to do that because this person is going to throw a temper tantrum every once in a while because they're not 100% on your vibration. They want to be on your vibration. It's like they're ready to do the healing, but again, healing doesn't feel good. And so this person, like I said, is going to need to recondition the way that they react. Remember, they're codependent. They're not emotionally intelligent. They have to step into their true self. And some days it's going to be hard. Other days it's going to be easy. But inevitably, this person will again raise their vibration because they want to. But it means that you need to be stay on course, stay focused on what you're doing. And maybe again, you were brought up in an environment where that was very difficult for you to do, to stay on track with what you were doing, because again, you were, you know, living in an environment that didn't allow you to do that again. And so that's a trauma. So whenever we have trauma, the universe always conspires to bring us back a very similar situation in order to relive the same type of karmic theme. And what we see here is that you went through the karmic theme, you handled it differently. And where you're actually the stronger person, you're not what this person wanted. They wanted to form an attachment where you would have been the weaker person and you didn't allow it. So bravo. All right, Gemini, I hope you like this one. You let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.